reflected in its eyes. Will's horse gave a whine and began to stir, now alert to some danger. With a jerk, Abram turned to scowl at the scared beast, and as he did, the forest erupted with movement. Abram hollered, "Ride, boy, ride!" His heart hammering in his ears, Will kicked the flanks of the horse, which was eager to comply. As it began to speed into a full gallop, Will saw 5 black wolves dart out of the woods in front of them with alarming speed. Without looking, he knew that more raced at them from behind. Before he could think, he let loose an arrow at the closest wolf. With a cry, the beast went headfirst into the snow, the arrow protruding from its neck. Even before the blood could flow, Will had pulled another arrow, and Abram took down another of the approaching pack. Instead of scaring the remaining beasts, the fall of the 2 wolves only seemed to infuriate them. Baring teeth, they charged ever faster toward the riders. In unison, Will and Abram let loose their arrows and dropped the 2 closest wolves. Will reached for another arrow to take down the last wolf, when suddenly 2 more jumped at Abram's horse. Teeth snapping, they bit fiercely at its legs. A terrible cry issued from the horse as yet another wolf attacked. Distracted by the others, they had not seen it coming. The wolf jumped, its jaws snapping at the face of Will's horse. He struggled to stay mounted and lost hold of his bow as the horse reared, almost throwing him to the ground. Alert to his trouble, Abram shot the wolf in the side as it rebounded and prepared to lunge once more. Will was now facing the right side of Abram's horse, whose legs were being ripped apart by the other 3 attacking wolves. It jumped and kicked as it tried to throw off the beasts, but there were too many. Will drew his sword, ready to charge, when another wolf attacked his own horse from behind. He turned to see it clawing its way up his horse's back, and with a swift blow, chopped its head clean off. He turned, and to his horror, saw Abram's horse go down under the relentless attack. Immediately, the 3 wolves lunged on top of him. Jumping from his horse, Will could not see his friend, only thick black coats of matted fur, thrashing and jerking where he had been. With a cry, Will attacked with his sword, and in a frenzy of slashing metal, blood, and flying fur, he quickly killed the beasts. In his fury, he barely heard a low growl behind him. He turned to see a nightmarish sight. 6 more wolves less than 10 feet away. They stood, hair raised, teeth bared, ready to attack, and uttered low, menacing growls. All except the largest, which barked ravenously at him. Will knew why they hadn't yet attacked. They were afraid. Not knowing if Abram was alive or dead, Will was not afraid but angry. Rage welled in him and erupted into a primal scream. The wolves tensed and backed a step. "Come on," he screamed, challenging the wolves. "Come on!" The wolves backed up further, confused. They looked at each other, then at Will, and then again at one another. Then the leader answered Will's challenge and charged straight at him. Drool falling from his open mouth, he lunged for Will's neck. The young traveler dropped to his knees, and as the wolf passed over him, gutted the beast from neck to tail. It landed in a dead heap. Another charged, and Will impaled the beast with a sickening crunch. Heaving the limp wolf to the side, he ran at the remaining 4, eyes wild, and his own growl now echoing through the forest. With their leader dead, the wolves quickly retreated in the presence of this fearless foe. Will ran after them, actually wishing they would fight. He was so enraged, he had forgotten about Abram. As the wolves ran for the forest, Will returned to his fallen friend. Abram was pinned under the great weight of his dying horse and 3 dead wolves.